So hello friends, in this video we will see the shutdown behavior and termination protection in AWS instance. So first we have shutdown behavior. So whenever we make an instance, we have two options. Instance will be shut down in two ways, okay? And those two options are, first is stop, which is by default, and second is terminate. We can terminate instance by its shutdown behavior only, okay? Next is, this thing isn't applicable when we shut down from console. We will see how, okay? We will see it on our hands-on. Next is CLI, instance initiated shutdown behavior. This is the CLI stuff, CLI command, which is very much relatable by its name only. Next is termination protection. So we can enable termination protection to prevent accidental termination of our instance. Suppose if we have 2 or 3 instances and we want to shut down another instance, we want to terminate other instance, and by mistake we terminate our useful instance. So to prevent that type of stuff, we can enable termination protection of an instance. The note is, if we have shutdown behavior is equal to terminate. Suppose if we have ticked the shutdown behavior as terminate and termination protection is enabled, then also instance can be terminated from OS from CLI by writing sudo space shutdown command. We will see how. Okay, so now let's move on to hands-on and let's check whether this is applicable or not. So here I will launch an instance first. My instance name, let us name it hyphen only, nothing else, dash Amazon Linux AMI 2 I'll be choosing, and then instance type is equal to t2.micro, no worries, architecture 64-bit. Key pair I'll be selecting my key, okay, no security group, no changes in that. We will just move on to advanced detail, and here in advanced detail you can see that shutdown behavior by default it is stop, but now we will choose terminate because we want to do shutdown behavior is equal to terminate and we want to do some hands-on CLI. Okay, next is termination protection, and then we will be enabling this termination protection. So termination protection is enabled now, and we will just launch this instance. As you can see, my instance is in now running state. We named it dash. Okay, this is instance ID. Now what we will do, we will just try to terminate it because we have enabled termination protection, and we will see what is the message we are getting. So whenever we will terminate, so here is the message, termination protection enabled. So we have enabled termination protection. Now let's try to terminate it, and you will see that it is failed to terminate an instance. The instance may not be terminate. Okay, this is the message we are getting. So we have prevented our instance from being terminated accidentally. Now we will go on to CLI, and then we will check whether we can shut down it from the CLI or not, and what stuff we are getting when we are writing shutdown command, because I have set shutdown behavior is equal to terminate. So whenever I should shut down, my instance should be terminated. Okay, so let's check whether it is being terminated or not. I'll just connect it. Okay, so I'll write simple command which is sudo space shutdown, and we will check whether it is being terminated or being stopped. Okay, so as I have enabled shutdown behavior is equal to terminate, so it should be terminated. Let's check it. The system is going down for power off at this moment. Okay, let's now check whether it is being terminated or not. What is its shutdown behavior now? So we will go on this tab, instance EC2. We will check our instance ID, and instance state is running here. In a moment or two it will be terminated. Let's wait for it. Okay, now you can see instance state is here terminated. So our instance is terminated successfully when we entered this command sudo space shutdown in CLI. So this is how we can enable shutdown behavior as terminate, and we have terminated it. We have checked that if you have termination protection enabled, and you have instance like behavior is equal to terminate, then it will be terminated in CLI. So that's it for today. Let's meet in our next video.